Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a rumour has it video where we talk about players linked to the football club in the coming transfer window. You can tell by my cheeky smirk on my face. This one is very tongue-in-cheek before anyone goes mad in the comments. It has been talked about, so me and Mark said we'd have to do this rumour has it video, and we're chuckling while we're doing it. No doubt Mark has been chuckling while he's done his stats. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute. I'm sure a lot of you will laugh when you read this, but hey, you never know, do you? Just before we do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, please click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We're over 5,700 subs. Loads of room for you guys and ever more. We're still a baby, really, in this whole world of YouTube and football podcasting, but we've already had over 5,700 of you wonderful people click that button. And we've got a great community growing. We have brilliant live chats when we do the What's Going Ons at 10 o'clock on Monday nights and the post matches as well. And it's just a really good community to be part of. Loads of quality Newcastle United content, transfer videos like the one you're just about to watch, previews, post match reviews, and the odd rant from me when something flicks my switch. So smash the button, come and join us. Why not? Like and subscribe. And if you want to be a member and give a little bit back to the channel, there's an option there as well for less than £2 a month. It's less than a pint of lager in this scary world that we live in. So let's get stuck in. Who am I talking about right now? I'm talking about a centre forward. That's right. Possibly a lad who could be the long-term replacement for Callum Wilson. He may even be good enough to wear the number 9 shirt at Newcastle United. I know it's a big thing to throw out there, but I'm just going to pull the lad up now and let me know what you guys think. I'm talking about Kylian Mbappe, of course. I hear the laughter roaring all around the world right now, especially for Liverpool or Arsenal fans who are just here to give us abuse. But it has been talked about in the media. It's been reported in the Kip apparently as well, whether you believe that or not. Obviously, Kylian Mbappe has not signed a new contract at Paris Saint-Germain, so technically the best player on the planet right now. You could argue between him and Erling Haaland, could leave for nothing, for fuck all next summer. And it'll be a massive clamour to sign this lad. He's on ridiculous wages. I'm sure he's on something stupid like, is it £1 million a week or something daft at Paris Saint-Germain? Let us know in the comments if I've got that wrong. I think he runs Paris Saint-Germain. I think he's the vice chairman or something, isn't he, as well? But he wouldn't get that at our football club, that's for sure. But Newcastle United are reportedly one of the Premier League teams that are interested in Mbappe. So Manchester City is there. How scary is that prospect, by the way? Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe up front. Ouchie, wow, that is scary. Liverpool are also in for him, all turkey teeth, with that glass ceiling of his. I'm sure you have to shatter that, Jurgen, to get this lad. Chelsea, who just want to buy everybody and anybody. And then little old Newcastle United. That's right. We're owned by the richest people in the world, possibly, the PIF of Saudi Arabia. And to be honest, this thing does sound batshit crazy. And I'm kind of leaning towards the batshit crazy side of this whole conversation. But I must say, I have seen a few people say this. I think Craig Hope said this in particular as well, that Newcastle do need sometime down the line. I know Gary Neville said this. Sometime down the line, we are going to have to sign a player that probably makes Eddie Howe go, "Oh, Jesus Christ, if we just signed him, wow, oh, what are we going to do with this?" If this project wants to conquer all platforms, sooner or later, we're going to have to sign that wow player. And there's probably never a better time to sign arguably the wowest player on the planet for fuck all transfer fee than Kylian Mbappe this summer. So this isn't totally out of the world of possibility here, the realms of possibility, that we could be a serious contender to go for Kylian Mbappe. You'd have to shatter the wage structure that I know all the little fans, argue about this. No, we can't break the wage structure. Can't pay more than 120 grand a week. Well, yeah. All these people who wet their pants about that, that'll have to be fucking obliterated. We've already shattered it for Bruno to get 200 grand a week. You'd have to annihilate it to sign someone like Kylian Mbappe because he wants 700 grand a week or something like that. Yes, it's a slippery slope in terms of the financial fair play, and that's something that we obviously have to be very cautious about. Chelsea don't really have to do it, even though they're just complete bandits. I don't know how the fuck they fiddle it. You got Manchester City, who get copious amounts of wealth from sponsorship deals and everything else. I know the Premier League is trying to stop the likes of us and City doing deals with people who have relationships to our owners. I don't really think that's going to carry much weight, to be honest with you, because I actually think that's breaching competition law. That's another video for another day. But talking about this one, we do have to watch the financial fair play element because of years of stringent ownership by Mike Ashley and shit commercial deals. And even though all the wankers in the media went, "Oh, he's a good businessman, he's done this, he's done that," he's totally limited our options to go out into the market and spend on really big players. So Newcastle, if they had good commercial deals probably for the last 6 or 7 years, we could have went out and signed maybe 200 or 300 million pound players to transform the side. But we didn't do that. We signed very clever. We signed players under 40 million who were going to grow into be 100 million pound players. Bruno's arguably already there. Sven Botman ain't too far behind him. Alexander Isak's probably worth nearly 100 million now. We signed him for 65. So outside of Isak at 65, we haven't really gone above that kind of tipping point of those massively expensive players. And you wouldn't have to do it on a transfer fee for Kylian Mbappe if you got him. You get him for free, but the wages would be ridiculous. So let's look at his stats, and I'll give you my take at the end of this as to where I think he's actually going to go. But it's nice to have Newcastle linked to a player of this magnitude. It really is. So looking at the stats, we've compared it with poor Callum Wilson here, Mark. I don't think Callum's going to buy you a Christmas card here. But Callum's class. We love Callum a bit. Callum's 31. He's not getting any younger. The injuries are starting to creep back up on him. That's a concern. Kylian Mbappe is 24 years old. He's much younger than him. 14 games this season, 12 goals for Kylian Mbappe. Ridiculous strike rate. I've just looked at his entire career actually in terms of a strike rate. So in 339 appearances in total, that's everywhere club wise. He's got 256 goals. Fucking ridiculous, to be honest with you. He's France's fourth highest goal scorer already with 43 goals. Is it 40? Yeah, 43 goals in 73 games. So he will end up being France's all-time lead goal scorer, no doubt about that. But going back to the stats, so he's obviously outscoring Callum, who's having a really good season actually in terms of goals per game ratio. 1 assist for Kylian, so he's got a strike rate of 0.89, so he's slightly better than Callum. An XG of 0.81. Shots, he's taken 4.35 shots a game. And it's very important to say that there's only probably about 3 or 4 teams in the French league. The rest of them can just make up the numbers. Maybe that's maybe a bit offensive to Ligue 1, but it's not a great league, outside of probably PSG, Marseille, Lille, maybe Metz possibly. I don't know. You haven't got loads of really good teams in there, to be fair, So this is probably why he's getting so many chances to take a shot on goal, whereas Callum's up against a lot much harder, difficult defenses to shoot. But shots on target is 2.10 for Kylian, so he's got a decent strike rate there. Goals to shot ratio is 0.16, assists is 0.12, expected assists 0.26, pass completion is 81%. So he does use the ball very well, except for when he was at St James's Park and he was anonymous. More on that in a second. Key pass 1.60, so he does create as well. Shot creation chances too, and the market value of 157 million is probably about right. But as I say, if he doesn't sign a new contract, he's going to go for free. But moving on to the traffic light system, this is hilarious. I just looked at this before I came on to record. I don't think I've ever had a traffic light system as good as this. So this is normally when we do red, amber, and greens. There is no reds. There's no reds. That's all. There's 2 or 3 ambers, I think, really, but it's all green for Kylian Mbappe. Listen, I don't need to tell you, he's one of the best footballers in the world. He's right up in the kind of high 90s for pretty much everything. The only thing he's down on is assists technically, but he's a goal scorer, isn't he? Or a goal creator. He does create a few chances. He's not very good in the air. And he doesn't win a lot of free kicks, but generally it's because no fucker can catch him because he's that rapid and he's away from you. But listen, he's an unbelievable player. There's no doubt about that at all. And if you can get a player like this for nothing, you've definitely played the transfer game really well. But going back to the real world here, we'll take the other pill in the Matrix, red or blue. I can't remember which one it was. But, signing Kylian Mbappe for Newcastle United is a little bit of a pipe dream, I think, because it does shatter everything that the ownership has built already. They'll have to annihilate everything and basically say, right, we're getting this one superstar player, build everything around him. He'd probably want the number 9 or even the number 7 shirt. So you have to take that off Big Joe, which I don't think he'd want to give it up really, but he might do if it's Kylian Mbappe, much like Ferdinand and Shearer. I would be surprised if he took the number 9 shirt if he did sign, because it's a very iconic number and he'd probably be happy to wear it. But the realistic terms of us signing Kylian Mbappe is very, very small. We've done this tongue in cheek, to be honest with you. And if I'm honest, I'm not sure any of the Premier League clubs will sign him. I think the player wants Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid want the player. He's that Galactico that Real Madrid thirst for. And they've had those players for years and years. Then they stopped and they kind of went through a little bit of a spell of signing, just decent players, maybe from some of the other La Liga teams, and the odd good player from from the Premier League, like they were Gareth Bale and stuff like that. That obviously Bale, Ronaldo, and Benzema, that were the last 3 Galacticos they kind of had really in that side of the BBC, as they all called it. But since then, they've kind of changed their transfer activity quite a bit, to be fair. Eden Hazard was probably the last big name. That didn't really work out very well. But I think that Kylian Mbappe, sadly for Newcastle fans, is destined for a Real Madrid shirt to play alongside Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. And what a side they are already and what a side they would become when Kylian Mbappe signs for them. But they have just signed the young Brazilian striker, I think it's Endrick, is it, who's been compared to R9, as obviously Mbappe has been compared to R9 all through his career. So it remains to be seen whether they put stock in this lad. If this lad comes into Real Madrid and explodes and he's unbelievable, then they might just say we don't need Mbappe. But I think the timing of all of this just works in the favour of Real Madrid. The fact that he hasn't signed a new contract, I think, gives Real Madrid the chance to sign him for free. And I think that's where we will end up. He will end up at Real Madrid, and he'll be, the boss of La Liga, and he'll be the biggest name they've had since Cristiano Ronaldo left, and that's the player that Real Madrid want. That's the club I think that Kylian Mbappe wants. Listen, City are a real prospect as well, but I don't think you want to share the limelight with Haaland. So I don't think that will happen. I don't think he'll go to Liverpool. I really don't. Liverpool are a massive club. I know we take the piss and the manager's a whiny-faced prick, but they're a huge football club and they do have pull around the world. They're an iconic football club. I don't think he'll go there. Chelsea's a fucking basket case. I don't think he'll go anywhere near that in a million years. Newcastle, the wealth is there, but until we decided to break from form and say we're going to pay you 600-700 grand a week or whatever. Now, the only way this might happen for Newcastle is if the PIF tell Amanda Staveley and Murdad this is happening and that's it. We'll sanction the deal. We'll pay him what he wants. Job done. And they say to Eddie Howe, he's your player. Now, it would be interesting if we did sign him, because Kylian's got a little bit of reputation, a background of maybe being a bit spoiled, I think is what people are trying to say. That might be completely wrong. He might come play for Eddie Howe and put the yards in and run and be fantastic. But it would be a real challenge to Eddie Howe's managerial capabilities to manage an egocentric player like that. He's not had a player like that really in his charge at Newcastle yet. So he commands that respect from the players. And Kylian Mbappe landing in Newcastle would be a very interesting situation as well, really. And it could be dangerous for Eddie Howe's legacy. So maybe that's the reason why it won't happen as well. But I think the player's destined for Real Madrid personally, and that's just the way it's going to go. And our name's probably just being used to enhance contract negotiations or something like that. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Kylian Mbappe a good prospect for Newcastle? He looks all right in the stats, doesn't he, to be fair? It is tongue-in-cheek, so before you start pissing your pants, all the bitter, greedy Six fans, it is a joke, to be fair. We know we're not going to sign him, but it's in the news. It's been reported. We always do that. We like to do that. We're not ITK. If we see a target linked, we're going to throw him at the stack computer, marks and crunches numbers, and we're going to talk about it. So that's what we do. If this is the kind of thing you guys like, smash subscribe, come and join us. We're over 5,700 subs, as I said. There's loads of room for you and evermore. We've got loads of Newcastle United content. We've got transfer shows like this, live show every Monday night, What's Going On, which is great crack. We've got the match previews and post-match analysis and the odd rant about football here and there. So smash that button. You won't regret it. We're an ever-growing channel. We're here for a long time, hopefully. And thank you so much, everybody who's done that. If you want to give a little bit back to the channel, there is a membership option for less than £2 a pint. Smash that button, whichever one tickles your fancy. Have a cracking day wherever you are. And Kylian, I'll pick you up from the airport, lad. We've got some great bridges. We'll see you later, everyone. Au revoir.